Morning. We're loaded, boys. These are loaded 45s. This is the copy of the Colt built back in 1800s. It tamed the West. The way to tame the West and the bad guys and protect our capital, you need to load up. You politicians need some automatic rifles strapped to your shoulders when you go to work. You need to protect yourself and your country. Get these gun machines out of the schools and give the kids an automatic rifle when they come to school. I guarantee you nobody's going to break in there and try and do some damage when all the kids are loaded. And I mean, they are loaded. They have protection. They have their protection with them when they come to school. I seen a third grader bring his dad's pistol to school. You know why? Because he didn't want to get shot at in the middle of the day by some intruder. Every kid needs to be able to protect himself. You can't leave the schools unarmed and unprotected. How crazy is that? How many schools have got to get shot up before you people get off your ass and get them some protection up there, or let them protect yourself? Same with our politicians. You can't let them just walk around unarmed. No protection. You got to use force when force is applied. You can't just stand there and say, "Excuse me, we're not allowing you in today." Those people that came down to the White House came down there to do damage. You got to fire up and get them out. Whether it's fire trucks, 100-mile-an-hour water, or these. Load them up and use them. You can't let these people keep running over our independent store owners, burning down our cities. It's ridiculous. Get your paddy wagons out there and start at the back of the crowd and start loading them up as you're getting to the front. Do something. This is the reason right here that America is America. When they bombed Pearl Harbor, everybody loaded these up and went to war. We had some little ships. We had some people with big, big plans to stop the enemy from taking over our country. And they succeeded because of these. Boom, 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 firepower. So you say, well, how these put together? Well, I'll tell you right now, you got this little button on the side here. Pop this little dude open, and the bullets go in right here. Just a little hole. And you twist the little thing here, and you load them one at a time. This is a 6-shooter, but for safety reasons, you put 5 rounds in there, and then put this hammer on the empty chamber, so that if it accidentally hits this way, pop, it won't pop the round. But if you accidentally cock the damn thing, then you're on a live chamber. So it's better to have this under control, in your holster, locked in, so it don't fall out or something. It's not safe when that hammer can be cocked, because that hammer is cocked. This thing can pop, knock a hole in a wall or whatever ceiling. So this is the 1890 reproduction of the Colt. This is a Remington. No, this is not a Colt. This is a model of the Remington 1890 version. That's what this is. This little deal right here is what they tied to their saddle horn or something, that in case they dropped thing while they were riding fast, trying to load it or whatever, and they accidentally dropped the gun, they wouldn't lose the gun because it would hang on this little leather hanger that was going back to the saddle horn or something. So it would fall down there and bounce around a little bit, but you could get it, recover it, finish loading, get back to work, getting the bad guys. So that's how that works. Now, in the future, uh, we're going to do some videos on actual shooting, because I'm going to use my cell phone to capture the shooting scenes and show you the targets. Most of the time I use beer cans, so if I'm shooting, I'm going to knock over a beer can, then that'll be reference that this thing is actually loaded. All right. Now, as far as summertime is getting here, so we've got to find some hobbies for everybody. You've got to find a hobby. You got to get busy with your life. And you can't get anything done by going to Washington and tearing down the White House. These people up there are trying to get things organized the best they can under the situation. We got these people over there in Egypt digging up graves that these people have, these pharaohs that died of this plague maybe 2,000 years ago or something like that, but I don't know the exact dates, but somebody that's out there in geology or wherever they do knows dates on that. They're digging these people up, bringing them back over here to the States and around, and those things died of that plague. And somehow or another, they have messed with these things, and this plague has come back alive. And it's got out of the casket. It's got out of the ground down there where it was planted years and years ago. They were trying to get rid of this plague, and they got it stopped. And then these scientists decided to go back and reopen this stuff up. And it's causing havoc around the world. A lot of people are dying for no reason, just because you don't have enough sense to stop these scientists from opening up these graves. People, you can't go in there and mess with the dead. You leave them in the ground where they were put. You don't go in there messing with them. It's just a fact of life. You don't go in there messing with them. They need to take what they've got out and take them back over there and put them back where they found them, back in the grave, and cover them up. Maybe this plague will go away if they'll do that. I don't know, but you can't just dig people out of the ground and start messing with them. They released that plague again, and the world is having to suffer because you're letting stupid people called scientists go in there and disturb those graves. You cannot do that. Now, what are we going to do? Get those people back in the ground where they belong. Stop traveling around the country showing them here and showing them that. We don't want to see that crap. You stupid damn scientists need to get your head out of your ass. You can't go in and mess up the situation that they had fixed in the past. They had it in these tombs under control. It had stopped killing people. This plague. Now they call it COVID-19. You call it whatever you want. That's where it came from. Egypt and those. What do you call those people? Pharaohs. Those pharaohs that disobeyed the voice of the followers of God, that said, let these people go. let the Jews go. They had the Jews there as slaves, building all sorts of stupid things that they didn't need, like large statues and maybe big buildings. I don't know. They didn't have to have slaves. They could have like treated these people with respect and hired them to do work. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how the world has operated. So anyway, when they wouldn't let the people go, God sent this plague across Egypt to kill the firstborn because the Pharaoh said, if talking to Moses, if you don't stop requesting us to release these slaves, we are going to go kill the firstborn of all the Jews. Well, those words became a curse on that family of pharaohs because of their disbelief and their ability to not release the Jews and to not obey the words that came from God through Moses. Let my people go. So this plague was like a giant gray cloud, and it came across the country like this, and it killed all the firstborn of the pharaohs, men. I don't remember any women dying of that, but mostly men. The firstborn. What's the firstborn? I don't know. I think it was the male. No matter how old they were, if they were a firstborn child of the Pharaoh family, when this fog came through, it killed them. And they put them in these tombs, and then they let the people go. And I think this fog or this thing quit killing them. So then these scientists from the USA go over there and dig these people up and wake up this plague. And now they call it COVID-19. You believe me or you don't. It don't really matter to me. I'm just trying to give you some knowledge. That's exactly what happened. That's the reason this COVID-19 is going. Now what we got to do is get you people that have got some control over these scientists, to get them scientists to take them bodies back over there and put them back in the grave where they got them. We get them covered back up and get all these people back in their graves, this thing might stop. I ain't gonna guarantee it's gonna stop because I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that they need to get these people back in those graves where they pull them out of. Stop digging them up. You think, well, it's just another video. Well, it's not. This is knowledge about our world is falling apart because of certain individuals that don't do their job properly. Now we're going to move on to disaster of destruction number 2 that's going on right now. And that's pesticides. People, stop buying poison. If there's an X bones on the bottle, it's poison. You know that. You've been to school. Don't use poison. It's called insecticide, pesticide, fertilizer. It's got a lot of different names. Bug killer, bee killer, wasp killer. It'll kill anything that's living, including you and your kids. You're saying, well, I don't know why my kids are sick all the time. Stop spraying bug spray inside your home. How stupid can you get? If it says poison, you don't want it around your kids, so don't spray it on the floor when they're crawling around. Your little kids are crawling around on the carpet, having a good time and laughing. The next night, they're sick. They can't breathe. It's because you put poison down on their carpet. Wake up, people. I'm telling you right now, this right here might protect your front door, but you got to protect your back door and what you're putting in your home. You can't put pesticides, bug spray, fly spray in the air, on the floor, anywhere in your home. Uh, we got, and seriously speaking, we got a lot of farmers out there that are so involved in getting richer that they'll go to these places and they will buy pesticides when God made normal insects to keep the bad insects under control so that they don't get too many bad insects. But you've got to have the bad insects to eat up the diseases and the bad things that's in the world. Or in other words, they're bad bugs. They can eat anything bad and keep the atmosphere and the world clean. So then you've got the good bugs to kill the bad bugs, to keep them from getting out of control. So when you go in there and you spray the pesticides, it kills the bad bugs, it kills the good bugs, it kills all the bugs, and then you can't get your crops to grow properly. You have to keep the honeybee able to pollinate the plants. So when you spray all the plants with poison, the honeybee gets sick and he can't perform his job and he dies. Then the plants cannot get pollinated properly. So you're raising some pretty lettuce leaves with no damage on them. But some of the other flowers that the bees need to pollinate are also full of pesticide. And it kills the good bees. It also kills the what you call the bad beetles or whatever they are. You don't have to do that. The system was working fine before you started using pesticides. You got the good bugs and the bad bugs, and they were kind of equalizing each other out, and you were getting um, uh, a few little nicks in your produce or whatever. But when you take it to the water and you wash it off, it's clean to eat. It's good, healthy food. But if you take a perfect leaf that's got pesticide on it, it hasn't been chewed on a little bit, but it's not safe to eat. It's full of poison. You can't feed that to yourself or to your children. You can't see it. That's the problem. They can't see it on there, so they're going to say, well, it looks good, let's eat it. But your kids get sick, they get this belly ache. Oh my God, my belly's hurting. But, they don't know what it is. Well, they've been eating something with insecticide on it. So I'm asking all the farmers out there, all of you guys, stop buying poison, stop buying pesticides, and start all over. Just put your crop in, and if all the bugs eat it up, hope and pray that the good bugs will come back in force next year and take care of it. But you're poisoning the underground water system. You can't fix it. Nobody else can fix your screw ups, and you can't fix it because you're too busy putting down more pesticides next year. You got to get off your ass and get to figuring out how to raise a crop without putting pesticides on it. I can't believe ammonium nitrate. It's a gas, people. They've talked these farmers into putting them in little tubes and putting them in the ground and like this. And they got gas going down in the dirt. Now, I guarantee you, I ain't real smart, but I got an idea that this gas just goes back up into the atmosphere and just keeps everybody from breathing good. It don't do a damn thing to fertilize the soil. I don't think. If you get a whiff of this ammonium nitrate, it'll kill you. It'll make your lungs stop working. It'll freeze your lungs. When you're trying to inhale, you can't. Trying to exhale, you can't. This stuff will kill you. Ammonium nitrate. It's in a gas form like butane, propane, all that. Same kind of a bottle, and they go up there and they put these high pressure hoses to it and open the nozzle up and it flows in their tractor equipment there. And then they go along and flip a switch and it sprays it through these little tubes, and it gets the little tubes underground there a little bit, and it kind of covers up a little bit of dirt behind the thing. But it's still gas. It's like gas. It's just going to go up into the atmosphere and poison your atmosphere. If you get a whiff of that stuff, it'll irritate the heck out of your lungs, your nose, your eyes. That's the reason your eyes burn and your nose burn, all that. You get certain areas because you're getting around chemicals that have been sprayed and they get into the air. It's a lot more complicated than I know about. I'm just the guy trying to get the word out there to our American farmers. We don't want more pesticides on our crops. We have to eat that stuff. We got to eat. We want good, clean fuel for our systems. We don't want no more cancer. We don't want no more, what do they call it? Lymph or whatever it is. Your body just falls apart. If the farmers would just stop buying poison and putting it out on the crops, Americans could live I'm telling you, people, we could live over 100 years, maybe 120 years. But the way they've got it right now, we're living about 60 years. About half of our life is destroyed by herbicides and pesticides. So the whole, I'm trying to tell you, in nature, God set it up. You got the bad bugs to eat up the bad things that's in there and needs cleaned up. You got the good bugs to keep the bad bugs under control so that they don't get to be too many. You got the honeybee to pollinate the flowers and to keep everything reproducing every year in a good way. So if the farmers would just stop buying poison and pesticides immediately, stop buying the stuff. We don't have to go to Washington and request a law that says, Monsanto, you can't produce any more poison. If the farmer quits buying the poison, those people will go broke. They will go broke because they're making bad product. They should go broke. There's no use for the rest of us out here to spend our money trying to get lawyers to get this thing set up, when all you have to do as an American, quit using poison. It'll save you money. When you go shopping, you'll have money in the bank instead of giving it to these people that produce poison, herbicides. No good. Fertilizers, no good. That stuff will burn up your soil. Seriously. It burns up your soil. The people need to get back to reality. I don't know why that God give all this beautiful land in our country to such dumbass people. And I'm talking dumb. I mean, when they can't carry a conversation on and smoke a cigar at the same time, they're not too smart. when they take borrowed money from the American people and go and buy pesticides and put it out there, they're wasting our money. So why do they loan money to people that are not too smart? I don't know. All right, well, we're going to have to get out of here for right now. We're going to have to get downtown, pick up some supplies, but they're not going to be pesticides, not going to be stuff to spray the grass in the front yard. If the weed comes up in the front yard, what you do? You get an old-fashioned hoe and you chop the weed down. You don't go and put some shit down there that'll kill your trees and your kids and the underground water. People, they've already got a state of Indiana underground water completely useless. They can't fix it. They can't go down underground and fix the water that these damn insecticides and these damn poisonous chemicals have destroyed their drinking water in the state of Indiana already destroyed. Somebody has got to wake up. And if they are not smart enough to stop using that stuff, our lawmakers need to get to work and stop this. We're Republican, we're Democrat, we can't get nothing done. You people are voted on as Americans from American people that put you up there in office. You need to forget about if I'm a Republican or if I'm a Democrat, and you need to get these damn laws passed to stop the damn poison from killing our country. And you need to arm our politicians. If they are fully armed, I mean carrying weapons, there's not anybody, I don't think anybody, as stupid as they are, stupid enough to try and break in there and do any window damaging at all. If all the politicians will get some of these, or them 15, strap it on your shoulder. That will stop you needing 150 National Guard troops out there in the front yard. All right. I'll rest my case on that. We're going to sign them off, boys. And I need some check the box. Subscribe. Going to subscribe to your channel.